What up? Welcome to my new YouTube channel. I don't have a title for it yet. I'm just gonna call it Raymond Kennedy Jr. Photography. I know that's really creative. But hey, rock with me. It's something new. We'll watch it progress over the months that we do this. So I want to start this segment called Ask the Photographer. So basically you guys can ask me anything you want. I'm gonna answer the questions as truthful as possible. But what I do want to start with is I want to get out the way some of the more common questions like, what's your favorite photo shoot? What's your least favorite photo shoot? I don't have a favorite photo shoot. I know that's boring. However, I do have a favorite photo shoot experience. And that experience was in 2017 when I decided to take a road trip across the country to basically see if I could just meet with different people to do photo shoots in different cities outside of St. Louis and expand my market. I'll have pictures as I tell this story, I'll have pictures and videos along the way on my story to bring it to light. That's one of the cool things I think I'm going to do with these videos. So when I talk about like these stories, I'm going to have videos to go along with it, unless it's something that's so personal that I don't want to embarrass the person that's in the story. So let's talk about this trip, man. Like this trip, I started out, like I said, to Oklahoma. I'm going to have to I'm going to have to go through my pictures because I don't remember anymore like what happened. It's like almost 4 years ago now, but I don't remember what happened in like Oklahoma. I do remember when I got to Dallas, I met this girl. I actually met two girls that I shot, maybe three. Gosh, I'll have stories and videos. I mean, I'll have the videos in the final video. But I do remember one particular girl where I went there to Dallas, went to shoot her. She had 1,000 excuses as to why she was going to be late or why she might not be able to make it. Something happened to her car. She ended up getting a ticket. She ended up getting towed. And then her ride bailed on her. And I was like, oh, I drove all the way to Dallas for this to happen. She ended up making her shoot anyway. Like she said, and I was so impressed because, back home, in St. Louis, I was used to people saying stuff like, oh, sorry I stayed up too late last night. I can't make the shoot today. The shoot that we have in 15 minutes, I'm not going to be able to make it because I stayed up too late last night drinking. Okay, so then when I get to Dallas and I meet this girl that had every legit reason in the world as to why she couldn't make it, she still made her shoot and she still rocked the hell out of that shoot. Like, I was so impressed and I was like, wow, maybe I need to move to Dallas, right? So anyway, I reached out to my friend who's from New Orleans, but she wasn't in town at the time. And I told her, I said, look, I don't know what to do. I got all the way to New Orleans and I can't, people were, the person I was supposed to shoot canceled their shoot. I think it was supposed to be like 2 or 3 people that all canceled their shoot when I got to New Orleans. She said, well, just look up NOLA models, hashtag NOLA models on Instagram. So I did that and I found 3 people. And one of the people that I linked up with, she's actually an Instagram celebrity. You guys probably know her. The Honey Loaf, name drop, but she's the Honey Loaf. My work was ass. My work was just okay. And the Honey Loaf, her work is like, whoosh. So when she said yes to me, and my little 3,000 followers, and she had hundreds of thousands of followers, I was like, okay. So we linked up. We did some shots. I'm not overly excited about the work that I presented for her. It could have been way better. Hopefully one day we'll get to look again in the future. But she was so cool. You know how you see these Instagram celebrities or these people who are really famous on Instagram and you meet them in real life and you find out that they're really down to earth. Like one thing she taught me was, I had experienced people who had gotten a little bit of fame. They got 3,000 followers and you can't tell them anything. But then I met her who had, I think she had like 500,000 followers. And she was the most humble person in the world. Like her life was very normal. Just everything was really normal. So to her, she wasn't a celebrity. She had the same problems as everybody else. And that was really cool. It was really cool. The second person that I met, her name was Alexis. So Alexis took me to this barbecue place. I didn't like the barbecue place. It wasn't my thing. But it was really cool that she took me out. And then, you know, so I'm guessing that's the end of the night. She's like, no, let's go to Bourbon Street. I want to take you to this club. She took me clubbing. Like, this girl I just met this day, she took me out to eat. We shot. She took me out to eat. And then she took me clubbing afterwards. So much fun. I hate that I didn't have my camera that night when we went out. I think I did have my cell phone, but I don't really keep up with my cell phone photos. I don't do a lot of taking photos on my cell phone other than when I put on Instagram. But that was a really fun night. So it can't get any better, right? Wrong. The next day, I met this other girl. I think her name was Amber or Mahara or something like that. Anyway, we're shooting outside in New Orleans, and I'm looking up on all these old balconies. I'm like, wow, this is really scenic. I really wish we could shoot on somebody's balcony. She said, why can't we? She knocks on somebody's door, and like, we're two black people standing out here knocking on random people's doors talking about, can we use your patio to do a photo shoot of? First person we asked, she looks at us, she goes, sure, come on in. What? Like, I live in St. Louis, so at this point, I'm thinking this is set up. I'm like, there's no way in hell that this random white lady is gonna say yes to two black people just knocking on people's doors saying, hey, can we come to your house and do a photo shoot? I'm like, you guys must know each other, because there's no way this would happen back in St. Louis. So like, grabbing all my equipment tight, I'm making sure I keep my eyes open. We get upstairs, this ended up being like one of the coolest experiences in the world. Like this old scenic place with all this old furniture that she let us shoot in, and the way the natural light came in. Wait till you see the pictures. I'm gonna put them as part of this video. They came out so beautiful. And this lady was pretty, she's a pretty sociable person too. She told us a lot of good stories about old spirits and vibes, and I guess in New Orleans they're on like a whole different thing where they feel like they can read people's vibes, which is why she let us in her house. Like she could look at us and just tell that we were good people. I'm like, yeah, it don't work that way back in St. Louis. We don't, nah. So, next stop, Biloxi, Mississippi. I had nothing planned in Biloxi. So when I got to Biloxi, there was a girl who just happened to be down there from Canada, who was down there for the holidays, or I think it was their holidays. So she came down to Biloxi. We ended up linking up, and we shot on the beach for like 3 hours. And one of the images, or a few of the images that we did, she actually submitted to a magazine, and it got put in the magazine. That was the first time I had ever been published, which is really, really cool. That was a really good time. Next stop over, I went to Miami, and I met this girl who was also an Instagram celebrity. Her name was KKBSH. She was hella late. She was so late to her photo shoot, but we ended up having a good time. I think I set up the camera and tried to record like the whole session, but it was so windy, and I think that whole video was overexposed. It don't even matter, but so anyways, again, like it was a time where I was still trying to learn exposure and all this stuff with the camera, and a lot of those pictures came out overexposed. Some of them came out okay, but it was one of those things where you meet this person in real life who, like online, she's like this bigger than life person. She had like 600,000 followers, but in real life, she was just a regular person. And she had 600,000 followers then. Now she has 4 million. It's crazy, right? Now I can't even talk to her. It's hilarious. I can't even talk to her, because I'm pretty sure she has managers running her page. But now she wants $800 just to talk to her. And no, I'm good on that. But anyway, like that was pretty cool that happened. And then I drove back through Atlanta, where I didn't have anything planned in Atlanta. But I ended up meeting this other girl who was also an Instagram celebrity, named Charlie B. Hustle. And Charlie B. Hustle, we ended up becoming legit friends for a while after that shoot. But it's so cool because she said, look, I'm putting together a calendar and I'm trying to get like a bunch of dope photographers to do set for every month. And it just so happens to be raining. It's going to rain in Atlanta that weekend that you're going to be here, or that day that you're going to be here. Let's shoot that day. If you can shoot outside. I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna shoot outside. They got this Instagram celebrity that wants to work with me, and we're gonna do something different. Get to shoot in the rain. Hell yeah, let's do it. So we shot in the rain, and when we did that shoot, that ended up being one of my most responded to, most reacted to shoots that I had ever done at that time. That was my favorite shoot ever. Favorite shoot ever. It was that whole trip, because it was super dope.